I'm not sure if what's going on here at home right now. Just a couple of minutes ago, we saw Brian Rogers going to get a back van and on the grass right there. They were escorted back into their home by several officers. Now, I also learned this morning that a couple of days ago, when Brian's vehicle was found at Carlton Reserve in Sarasota County, there was a note that was left on the car. This is according to information received by one attorney. Now, I was looking to find out if this note was from Brian, but I just learned that it was a summons or a notice of violation to remove the vehicle because it was parked illegally at the park overnight. Now, we also learned that the stewards found the vehicle representing drive that silver Mustang Aurora right there. That was parked at the park, and they found it there on Wednesday, but didn't remove it from the park until Thursday. And for those of you who are just learning about this situation, the last time his parents saw Brian Laundrie was on Tuesday. They contacted him with police on Friday. Now, as I mentioned, this scene just got very active here. This is in North Court, just off of Sumter Boulevard and Price Boulevard. We are staying out here to watch what's going on as the FBI agents surround this home with law enforcement agents and officers with other agencies as well. And we'll keep you updated as the scene develops here. I'm live in the report. Jackson News now. Sure. So the park is in Niagara-Hatchie Environmental Reserve, and that is in North Dakota, but it's part of a much larger reserve, and that's called the Carlton Reserve, and that takes up a big part of Dennis. Now, that area is filled with brush and mud, and we know that law enforcement agents as well as FBI agents were out there Saturday and Sunday. They ended their first Saturday night before it got dark. Same thing for Sunday. We were under the impression that police were going to search for today, searching again, but we learned this morning that law enforcement believed that they searched the entire area and there was nothing of substance that was found. So they concluded all areas of the area, at least well, we need to learn more information. WFLA.
If you follow the tape all the way around, you can get back to that house.
You're the CBS, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to. Yeah. If you follow this tape, to stay on this side though, just walk behind. You get up to in front of all these cars, and then this tape will cross the road on the other side.
I'll walk down there.
You're fine. I'm gonna go back and get a couple other people. Staying on this side. Yes. So then, all right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, I'll stay here. Don't get a phone. Okay, we'll stay. Do you want me to call?
Yeah, you want me with that? We're gonna keep vegan, and then we'll actually do Gutierrez down there. She's on the other side. Have her just stay here, and then the Trent's down at the end, right? Yeah, he should be blocking it. Yeah, just have him stay there since that's not my concern right now. The inner is. Okay. Just keep her there, and then you can roam in between. All right. Well, if you got to tie a knot,
Well, you can see right here, you don't see too many FBI agents standing outside of the home or law enforcement officers for that matter. But that's because we saw them go in the house one by one. So not too many agents out here. They went into the home one by one, and also inside of the home, we saw those FBI agents escort Ron and Launch parents from that van that's parked on the lawn, and
yeah,
they
still
were
stay for a
escorted
little
in the home. That was about 20 to 30 minutes ago. Now, it was around 9:45 this morning, about 45 minutes ago, that I was sitting in my vehicle a couple houses down in the laundries, and all of a sudden, I saw one after one unmarked vehicles with the lights on, walking down the streets toward the home, and then all of a sudden, we saw police would go up, and all of those agents surrounding the home, they were going in through the side gate, they were going into the front door, and now you can see it went from 0 to 100. Even some of them parked on other properties. And we are lucky we have this vantage point right here because the police team now goes a couple houses down, and there are a lot of people who are not supposed to be parked. A lot of people in this neighborhood that jumped over here on the lawn behind us, just watching, seeing everything that goes down. Also, what I learned this morning is that a note was found on the Mustang that Brian Walker was known to drive, and that was parked at the Carlton Resort reserve starting earlier in the week last week. Now we learned that he left his house according to his parents on Tuesday. That's the last that they saw him. They found his car related reserve on Wednesday with a note on it. And that note was actually from law enforcement. It was to remove the vehicle that was placed there illegally in the park overnight. It was issued from Northport Police. And then his parents, employed by his attorney, they went back to the house to get the car on Thursday. And then it was Friday that they contacted Northport Police that they haven't seen it from. Yeah, so the park, the Mayacahatchee Creek Park, is part of the park reserve. So we are just off of Sumter Boulevard here at the Laundry Home. It's near the intersection of Sumter Boulevard and Price Boulevard, which is toward the south end of Northport and Sarasota County. So the reserve and the park are toward the north end. Even part of the reserve is outside of city limits and goes into Venice and Sarasota County. So it is a bit of a distance. I would say about 15 minutes from here. But I know the crews that were out there, they had quite a time searching the park for the evidence or information linked to Brian Laundrie's disappearance. They were dealing with a lot of mud and swamplands over there. It's a very rural reserve, and that's why they were out there for 2 days. They were out there Saturday and Sunday. They entered their search Saturday for the day. The sun went down. Same with yesterday. But we learned this morning that they had no plans to go back out there today. They said they exhausted all avenues looking for any information related to the disappearance of Brian Laundrie. And last night when we got the update from police, they said that there was nothing found. But that doesn't mean one thing that the search at the park is completely over. At least at this point, they are not moving forward with it today. And one thing is for sure that the search for Brian Laundrie is nowhere near over.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're welcome. No, that's fine. Thank you.
Hey, Kevin, what are you making of this?
Wow. I'm actually watching Fox.
Yeah, well, they gave us a copyright strike yesterday, so we can't use them.
Oh, is that right? What's
So
all that noise?
We'll have to do our own commentary, Kevin.
All I'm hearing is a bunch of noise.
Yeah, like crickets and stuff.
Yeah.
Where the hell is Brian? Did you think that they maybe determined a cause of death?
Yeah, I would think that Brian, well, evidently he's not in that home, but on Fox they're saying, that they're checking inside the house. I understand they're looking for evidence, but why are they treating this house as a crime scene?
That's what I want to know too. Because she obviously wasn't killed there. They found her in the Grand Teton.
I wonder what kind of evidence. I mean, like clothes and all that kind. I don't know, but I hear a bunch of noise. I don't know what that is.
It's just background noise. Maybe a weapon?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think he, I may be wrong, but I don't think he shot her. If I had to guess, he pushed her off of a cliff. If I had to guess. I mean, what was she found in a ravine or anything?
You know what? Out of all of that yesterday, I didn't hear exactly where they found her.
Exactly. I wonder if she was pushed off a cliff, or if she was beat, or if she committed suicide. Who knows, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, by all rights, I would say, yeah, he had something to do. This is definitely foul play. But what if it isn't? I mean, I'm just saying.
No, exactly. Everything's a possibility.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you cannot definitely say that he killed her at this point. No. Now, do I think he did? Yes, in my opinion. But who knows?
Yeah, it's too wild.
Yeah. There's no, it's not like Don and Candace. I know damn good well they know where that girl is and what happened.
Yeah.
But this is like no idea. Really. Crazy. I do know one thing. They want his ass bad. I mean, you don't have. Did you see when the FBI pulled up? Did you see that clip on the news?
Yeah.
Man, they swarmed that house. Can you imagine? Wow.
Choppers going to be at the scene here momentarily. Again, we don't know exactly what's going to unfold here today. So So it's all hands on deck, and we're going to be here with you live on WFLA now to bring you the very latest and to talk to you. I know we have a lot of #HeyJB, #HeyWalt comments here across social media, Facebook Live, Twitter in the comment section, YouTube in the comment section.
That way we don't hear that background noise, Kevin.
Oh, mine's echoing bad. Hang on, I'll be back.
Our commenters, our viewers here have been very much part of this story over the last week or so. So we want to feature you because so many times there has been an excellent point, an excellent observation, or an excellent question that comes out of our #HeyJB or #HeyWalt comment section. So we'll get to those comments here. We'll animate them on screen.
Social media has played. I mean, this is such a what you do here. Obviously, I've said this to you off camera before. Is very unique. I'm not sure anybody else is doing it. So that's a unique point that what you're doing, obviously, and then you add to it the unique nature of this particular case with a woman offering pictures and snippets of her life for weeks.
Look, I have so much echoing. I can't even understand.
On the police body cameras, which again are relatively new. It is such a modern case, and I think that's why you're getting those tips out there, because there's always internet sleuths over the past decade, but there's much more of an opportunity to do that, and a lot of people are doing that with this case.
So, okay, I have the video queued up here, and to all the commenters who have been commenting at me and saying to drink hot tea, thank you. I did get the hot tea eventually. It just took a little bit longer. Again, my voice not sick, just a long week of streaming here, folks, on this story. So let's get to some of that video here. Okay, so I want to make this perfectly clear. We are looking here in the center of your screen right now at live video, but there was video earlier
of the mom.
Yes, and we're gonna
van.
Now, what I have now is the raw recording in our system here at WFLA. So we'll kind of scrub through it, and scrubbing through it, like jumping from point to point here as you would in any video online. What we'll try to do is we'll try to find those points here. So I'm going to bring up this video. We're going now from live to non-live, from live to moments ago, and let's see what we have here. Here's some of the clips. Okay, so this is now. Okay, so this is the scene here, Walt, earlier. And it looks like
this is an FBI agent there in the foreground appears,
and
right?
What might be a reporter there taking video. Okay, this was right when the scene was starting to unfold here, folks. You're looking here, raw video.
There, yeah.
Let's see here now. Scrubbing ahead here. Okay, somebody.
That looks like an onlooker.
Speaks volumes to how the public is really gravitating towards this story. I don't know if that person was allowed to be there or not. More FBI personnel here in gear here at the home. All right, we're scrubbing forward. More photographers.
Police officer, more than likely. That seems to be the same FBI agent. It seems like we've spotted at least two there.
I'm looking for the video of the mother of
another FBI agent.
We'll see if we can scroll ahead here. Scrolling ahead. Okay, here. So what do we have here? FBI.
So there's perimeter FBI agents, and this guy perhaps is developing the crime scene inside the Laundrie's house.
And I want to just preface, as we wait for this video here to go through all the highlights of the video of this morning, and I was rushing in here to get here live with our audience here. We're scrubbing through this, and I'm seeing this for the first time.
Me too.
Walt is seeing this for the first time. Welcome to 2021 as far as the way that we present news to you. So this is raw video from moments ago here outside of the Laundrie household. What you're seeing is what we're seeing here for the first time. So looking here again at that same FBI agent, continuing to scrub through here. Okay, back here now outside of the house. What appears to be a law enforcement vehicle here, right up on the front lawn of the house.
Now the video.
Now you have to wonder. I want to pause this here for a second, Walt. You have to wonder here. Did they come in blazing? Because they're parked right on the front lawn where we were on Friday night, and that's right outside the front door.
Background noise.
When you're preserving a scene, and we're not going to call it a crime scene at this point, but when you're preserving a scene, you do not come in. You come in unannounced, and I think in a case where where you have parents of a 22-year-old who is missing, I think it makes a lot of sense to do that. And keep in mind, this is the family criticized heavily over the last week or so for not coming forward
unbelievable.
and sharing anything they knew about where Gabby was last seen. So the FBI probably has some of the same frustrations that the general public has, but of course they're trying to gather evidence, so they want to come in as a surprise, no doubt about that.
Let's also remind. Okay, so what do we have here? Some agents.
I think you're going to see the video I saw was the mom going into that vehicle that is parked on the lawn. So if we have that, that's
reminder. I have to remind folks this is not live. Okay, I'm monitoring the live feed here on a separate screen, and we can go to the live video if anything happens. Tap at the touch screen here, and we're live. But this is from, again, a short time ago. So live content will be coming back here as soon as we have something to show you.
And,
but right now, it's just the same scene.
To the point we were making earlier about the social media connection of both the people who never met Gabby, the people who know Gabby, and then of course just the followers of this story. I mean, one of the key tips came from another blogger, again a relatively modern job, Shannon Baker out of Spring Hill, saying that she on a trip, she's a travel blogger, and on a trip she remembers recognizing the 2012 white Ford van that we've seen that is now in Northport police custody. And she shared that video with both the parents of Gabby Petito and said actually in one of our stories that she had a tearful talk with Miss Petito's mom about what it meant and how she wished that that Gabby could come home alive. But she also, that video from the Spring Hill woman played a role in, we believe, helping investigators go to the exact location of the Grand Teton National Park. And we talk about the vast nature of the reserve in Venice, Florida, but 25,000 acres, Carlton Reserve. But think about the Grand Teton National Park. If the woman from Spring Hill doesn't have that video, which had the van in a particular location, we haven't found that. I don't think they've found that body yet.
And I was talking about, we have a hashtag KJB comment coming up here. We see a lot of them. Hashtag KWalt, hashtag KJB. But let me make this clear. We were talking about this on stream last night. While there's a lot of misinformation, landmines of falsified information out there, as far as the rabbit hole that is places like TikTok and Reddit, there are some really good people out there trying to do good by this story, and I want to commend those people because there are good people out there that are helping carry this story forward. And in a day and age where there's countless, I remember talking about how the people were going through Yellowstone webcam video trying to find evidence, like people at home tapping
Just
the space bar on their computer, going frame by frame, looking for the van. I mean, people that are really helping as far as now the FBI and I think law enforcement would say we appreciate the tips, but they get so much misinformation on their call line that it can be sometimes a distraction for them. But I just want to commend for a moment the people that are trying to do some good out there, and people that, like you've been talking about, people that have been doing good with the van video, of course, that came out in the last 36 hours.
And I think we get a lot of tips here that we have to go through, and some of them end up as stories. But I can tell you, you have to look at all of them. I'm sure law enforcement is the same way, and they know that all they need is that one tip that will get them the information they need. And I think we're back live here. I think that in this case, obviously, now, as you brought up, will somebody be able to spot Mr. Laundrie so that we can, so that police can talk to him and ask him what happened? Or will the forensic analysis of the body tell us something before they're able to speak to Laundrie? That's what we need to find out next.
New developments here, folks. I believe that we have Eagle 8 HD at the scene here momentarily. I want to address one question that is coming through a lot in our comment section. And I promise, folks, we just have a lot going on right now as far as the developments here in this story and what we're trying to catch up on as far as what has transpired since what we believe to be an unannounced visit here, as Walt was talking about. Again, showing up here at the Laundrie household this morning, the tape put up here. But let's talk about the tape here, because Kristen Russell here, hashtag KJB, hashtag KWalt. If the house is called a crime scene, doesn't that mean there is a crime? This is a great question, and it's so obvious, but
it's funny. I was going to say something about that. That's not, we call it crime scene tape, but it
could be do not cross.
It probably says warning tape.
Or do not cross.
The tape goes up. Yeah, they just want to preserve as much as they can so nobody walks on it. That's more than likely why they took the mom away. You want no interference. If you're gonna analyze that house the way they probably will, you want no interference whatsoever, and you don't want anybody stepping on that lawn. You don't want anybody walking near the lawn. You don't want anyone walking near the house. So great question, but we do not know this is a crime yet. We still don't know the cause of death, and the cause of death will tell us a lot. Obviously, that's probably the next most important piece of this puzzle that we'll hear. And do we hear that? Do we hear that from Brian? Or do we hear that from the forensic analysis out of Wyoming or Denver, probably at this point?
Yeah, and you know, this might for our commenters
What's
here,
up,
I
Kevin?
had enough comments like this one asking about the crime scene tape. I'm just going to ask our
What's
crews
up,
out
Kevin?
there. You know, we're waiting for something to happen here, so I'm asking them. I'm asking our crews here with a quick note, just to let us know what does this, you know, what does the tape say? And that's so.
I have so much echo, man. This is
it's not like they have a warning.
If they don't have the right tape, it's just yellow tape. I know that that's silly, but I'm just
preserving an area, and you're preserving an area. We don't know why yet, but if the FBI is there, the FBI is part of the crew that found the body. The FBI is communicating with their agents, are communicating. It would seem to me the logic is that the FBI out of Denver that's working the Wyoming part of this communicated with the FBI out of Tampa, and more than likely that is how you got your search warrant, and that's why they're there, but they're not telling us yet, and the FBI generally won't tell us anything.
Yeah, and I know that the tape is a very small and probably meaningless thing, but considering the amount of comments that we've asked about whether or not this is officially a crime
bottom line
scene,
is crime scene tape, where a warning tape goes up on things that are not crimes all the time.
All right, let's show you this. Eagle 8 HD live over the scene now, just arriving here in Sarasota County. So this is now a live picture here of Brian Laundrie's home here. You're going to see some intermittent signal breakups here because we're here in Tampa. Of course, this going out to Northport, Florida, a little bit a ways away here, but still part of the coverage area. So we'll still be able to maintain a very clear signal here. You'll just see it like right here. You'll be able to see some signal pauses and signal breakups there. So this is the backyard of the home here. They were just showing us the front of the house here, but there's just a shot of the entire property here. So there you see, when I said law enforcement vehicles pulled right up to the front door, I was wondering here maybe 5-10 minutes ago, did they come in blazing? Did they rush right into the scene?
There's no doubt.
And there's the silver Ford Mustang convertible.
They wanted to get in that house as quickly as possible.
And there's the silver Ford Mustang convertible that we're talking about.
When you get a warrant, that means you're going in. You're not asking for permission to go in. You're going in. It makes complete sense for them to go in quickly, just in case something could be destroyed that they want to see.
All right, so we've got Eagle 8 HD.
And there's
here.
the media on the other side of the street. You see I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 crews. Wow.
All right, I'm queuing up a side-by-side here,
BMW,
folks.
parked in the model home.
Here, let's see if we can. Hold on, everybody. We're queuing up here. Some video here from earlier, some new video here. Again, I'm bringing in a raw camera video from right when this scene began to unfold here. So I'm going to try my very best here to bring you up here side by side.
Appreciate it.
And here we have it. And let's show you now a split screen. Queuing this all up here on the touch screen, folks. Okay, so
we do have this is a tweet from a individual and this was 4 minutes ago, who also said parents were escorted out of house moments ago.
All right, so now let's see. This is new camera feed video from earlier, and we'll see if we have any more interesting video from on the ground. So on the left side of your screen, everybody, is live from Eagle 8 HD. On the right side of your screen is video, a raw camera feed from earlier, right when we got there, right when we hit record, right when we started the feed. And we'll start to see if anything sticks out here to our audience here joining us on WFLA now.
Well, there they are in the backyard. Is that an FBI agent? It's hard to tell.
With holding paper in their hand, it would appear to be. Okay, one more time. Left side of your screen is live. Right side of your screen is a raw camera.
Live.
Yes, left live, right side of your screen,
So I'm
raw
not sure
from
who that
earlier.
woman is, but I can't see the. Let's see. Well, that's they appear to be looking behind the shed.
And they're photographing behind the shed here on the left
So
side of your screen.
The person who's not in gear seems to be taking the pictures. And now they're coming to the front of the shed. So, and they have the warrant, and I'm guessing that's the warrant. Do they have a warrant for the shed?
And I wonder if they're, just kind of going over the paperwork here to see what they have access to, what they don't have access to. And again,
Nice job, Eagle 8, by the way.
Yeah, Eagle 8 providing us here. And I believe, is it Paul Lamison? Paul Lamison?
Yeah, Paul Lamison's up there.
Let's kind of just show you everybody Paul Lamison, if it is Paul. And there he is, our chief photographer here, WFLA News Channel 8, does an amazing job here for us. And again, follow him online, folks. He's a great follow as far as covering the Tampa Bay area from the sky. Let's show you here, everybody, again, the split screen from earlier. And let's kind of scrub forward here now and see if we can find that video that we're talking about of the laundry, of Brian Laundrie's mother. And I'm scrubbing on the right side of your screen, trying to find any highlights or anything new here that we haven't seen before. So showing some video towards the backyard. Here's some equipment being brought in. Probably this is equipment to retrieve evidence. As we see here, a lot of the vehicles, and it looks like just a lot of stuff going in and out of the house. Can we just kind of point that out here, Walt, for a second? That it looks like a lot of
in the shed at this point.
Let's go full score. Let's go.
It looks like
not seeing too much here from the raw camera feed. So let's go.
Earlier, I will tell you, earlier in the video that Paul had, or the live video Paul had, the shed door was closed. Shed door is now open. So obviously, they have perhaps, from whatever they know, they've pinpointed something that involves that shed.
I'm going to see if we can bring in Paul on radio here and see if we can bring Paul Lamison in to provide us with what he's seeing here from the sky. And if we can bring him in here, we will. And let's see if we can communicate with Eagle 8 HD's Paul Lamison. Oh, we can't. We're coming up here, and I cannot, because we're coming up here on the 11 a.m. newscast here on WFLA News Channel 8 that begins in 3 minutes. So Paul is standing by here for a live report. We might be able to listen in to Paul's live report here momentarily, but I cannot radio into Paul when he's preparing for the newscast. So we'll have Paul here momentarily to tell us what he's seeing here from Eagle 8 HD. JB Buno, Walt Buteau, 8 on your side, senior investigator here with us live on WFLA Now. And we'll continue to take your hashtag, Hey JB, hashtag, Hey Walt. Yellow stripes there. You can use that hashtag, either of those two hashtags, to get our attention here. And then we can actually animate your comment on screen, animate like Wendy's comment here on screen. But it shows, of course, your name and your profile picture. If you don't want that information, if you don't want to be part of our live stream here, then just don't use the hashtags, and we'll let your comment idly scroll on by. And you can continue to comment back and forth with your commenters.
You would not need a separate, generally you,
and let me just, for our audience that's just kind of listening here for a second, and there are people that listen in the car to us, so let me just read this. Wendy Giz, hashtag HJB, do they need a separate warrant for the shed?
No, but and I would assume if you're going to search the entire house, I haven't seen warrants that specifically ask for, they ask for the entire residence. Do they have to ask for the shed? Would some constitutional lawyer tell you they should? I would say I doubt that. It also looks like they did not necessarily go in the shed. They seem to photograph behind it. And the last video that Paul shot there, they went back into the house, the back of it in the lanai. But it does lead you to believe there are specifics in that warrant that they are looking for. And obviously that warrant, and I correct myself, it's a federal warrant. Getting a hold of that is not as easy as if it's a federal warrant. I'm assuming it is, because the FBI announced they have the warrant. Getting a hold of that affidavit's going to be a lot more difficult and time consuming than if it had been signed by a state judge. So we'll see how that works, but that warrant will tell us a lot.
And let's see here. I want to bring up this comment. Hey, Wendy, thanks for your comment. We'll go to Shelby next. Hey, Shelby, hashtag AJB. So is it confirmed that the parents were removed? And so
it's confirmed by eyewitnesses. One reporter, at least one reporter saw the mom go, and then I have eyewitnesses who have contacted me that tell us the mom and dad were taken away. And by the way, that is standard operating procedure.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up here, as far as not interfering with the execution of the search warrant.
It's not like they're suspects or anything like that. It's not like they were getting in the way of the FBI, but you want the house clean. You don't want anybody else in there. You don't want anything disturbed. And so, yes, you take everybody out of the house except law enforcement, and even law enforcement will limit how many officers will go in there.
Let's listen. I think Paul is coming in on radio. Let's just listen in. Okay, no, he was about to deliver. I think he's getting ready for a live report on our newscast here. Also, let's go to Ms. Christine McLarty. Listen in to her.
The Petito case. Again, we have been here about the last hour that the FBI has been swarming this house along with Northport Police. There is also a helicopter overhead. We do believe that the Laundrie parents are inside the home. Before agents came here, the dad came out to his car and got a couple of documents, went back inside before FBI came and showed up. Now, this is following a weekend-long investigation, as the Laundrie parents said that they saw Brian's car at a nearby wildlife preserve. And there was a 2-day search from sunrise to sunset. The last 2 days, dozens of law enforcement agencies about 10 minutes away from this house searching for their son. And again, we're back here live where there's multiple FBI agents inside this home speaking with Brian's parents. Stay with 8 on their side for the latest. Reporting in Northport, Christine McLarty. Back to you.
Hey everybody, JD Buno here with you live on WFLA Now, and we'll see if Christine is about to deliver additional remarks here. I think she is. Let's go back to Christine, back with your hashtag AJB, hashtag AWAL comments here momentarily. Nope, now we have Eagle 8 HD's Paul Lamison.
Vehicles in the front, and also right here in the center of your screen, that is the Mustang that's in question. The one that left the house, was at the reserve, and then was brought back by the parents. That has been out there since Wednesday. Now I'm going to move the camera and show you back here in the backyard, this shed. We just saw agents out there with the door open. They walked around the outside of the shed. They went inside. They seemed to take a lot of pictures. They did some stuff there. They since walked back into the home. So there's a wide shot of the house. You can see all the media gathered. This street is closed to traffic. So right now it's just a very big crime scene that takes up quite a bit of the neighborhood. But again, the house is here. We'll be up above it and see if we can spot anything else. But again, the couple things I really want to show you are the Mustang that is out front, and there is one of the officers standing guard in front of the home. So Stacy, I will throw it back to you.
And that's Paul Lamison reporting for us on our 11 a.m. newscast. Team coverage, by the way, if you are here in the Tampa Bay area, turn on your televisions to your NBC station, WFLA 8 on your side. That's us. And you'll find us, our team coverage with 8 on your side, Christine McLarty. You'll also find Eagle 8 HD's Paul Lamison. And I was just passed along a note here. And again, this is welcome to reporting online in the year 2021. A big thank you to some of our commenters here for helping me monitor a lot that's going on out there. Stevie Webb, hashtag AJB, Brian Enton said parents were taken back into the house. And so I want to give a shout out here to News Nation's Brian Enton. He reports for News Nation, of course, part of Next Star Nation here with us. He is based in Miami. He's our Florida correspondent here for News Nation. And he did just tweet out at the same second. I don't know. Stevie was really quick on it, pointing out here that parents are back in the house. So the 2 Laundrie parents back in the home at this time after again, what and I were just talking about as far as likely being removed from the equation here just temporarily as the search warrant was being executed so that it could be done unadulterated. So let's give a shout out to Brian Enton one more time. You can follow him online. He's one of the reporters. He's actually got a live feed up right now too that we're also monitoring here for developments. All right, We're live here in the center of your screen. Walt Petito, phone's ringing off the hook. Walt, if you need to take that, you can take it.
Yeah, let me just.
All right, everybody back here with you live. Walt will come back here momentarily. Walt, your mic is muted if you need to take that. Some more hashtag HJB comments that are coming in here, and let's get to Shelby Carollo again. It shows one more time. Shelby. So is it confirmed that the parents were removed? Yes, confirmed that the parents were removed, and then they were allowed to go back into the house here. So at this time, it's very possible here, and I think Walt, you're done with your phone call. Phone's ringing off the hooks here, folks. A lot of messages, tweets, DMs. It's just a lot going on here at this hour. And thanks for spending part of your Monday morning here with us as we look here at some of the media circus here. But the Laundrie parents are back in the home, which, Walt, would lead you to now wonder, of course, if logically the next step is, are they done now executing the search warrant?
They could be, or they could be. They could have cleared one area of the house, and perhaps they let them back in. I would have to say it's somewhat unusual, but perhaps they were, like we said, these warrants are written in a certain way where they're looking for. They don't always say exactly what police are looking for. So were they able to clear an area and allow the Laundries back in? That's very possible. Clear one room? We don't know. Are they after something specific? Did they bring the Laundries back in to ask some questions about what they're looking for? We know none of those answers yet.
Yeah, and I know that there's some videos out there, everybody. And again, we are working here to provide you here with the images at the very latest, but I want to let you know here that this is live here in the center of your screen. 8 on your side, senior investigator Walt Petito joining us here, everybody, on WFLA Now. I'm JB Buno. You can follow us, of course, online and on our various platforms. We're here live with you on WFLA Now as the FBI and police swarm Brian Laundrie's family's home here in Northport, Florida. Quite the scene here. One day after Gabby Petito was a body matching Gabby Petito's description was found in Northwest Florida. I think now we do have, let's see if the radio is back online. Paul Lamison in Eagle 8 HD. Hey there, Paul. It's JB back with you on WFLA Now. Can you read me and do you hear me? And what do you see up there in Eagle?
Hey, JB, I can hear you. Are you ready for me?
Yes, sir. You're live on WFLA Now. What do we got here from the sky?
Hey, JB, we're over the house right now, the one that was just swarmed by FBI and Northport Police. I'm going to show you a couple things as we continue to circle this home. And again, the road is shut down to traffic. Media is out on the side of the house. There's the media. Here is the home. Now, JB, I want to show you this as we come around. Remember the Mustang they talked so much about that Brian apparently took to the park and to go hiking, and then the parents returned it back to the driveway? There it is. That's the Mustang that's been back in this driveway since Wednesday of this week. And again, the parents didn't report him missing until late Friday evening. There's the Mustang still out in front. The red pickup truck is the father's pickup truck. We've seen that come and go with the father and mother several times. But again, the other ones are law enforcement vehicles. You see police outstanding guard in front of the home. Now, the other thing I want to show you as we make our way around the back of the home, this shed that's out in the backyard. We watched as the agents came out of the home and walked the perimeter of this shed, taking pictures, looking at it, taking some measurements. They then opened the door and went inside. We saw them take pictures inside as well. Again, we don't know what's going on in there, but we do know that's what they did. The agents then left the shed and went back through the screen porch into the home. We have seen no other activity coming and going from this home. Again, this is where Brian Laundrie was supposed to be staying until he vanished. His parents say he's missing. The Petito family says he's hiding. He's not missing. So that's what's going on now. Again, earlier today, the agents, Northport Police and federal agents, came to the house to serve a court-ordered search warrant. So that's what you're looking at now, JB. And again, here's a better shot of the Mustang. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to you. I have a live hit to do on WFLA TV. But again, JB, I'll be up here for a while, at least until we have to go refuel. And right now it's quiet. Everything going on inside the home, nothing outside of the home. But we'll have it covered if anything changes. I'll throw it back to you, JB.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Again, Paul Lamison, our chief photographer here at WFLA and the voice of Eagle 8 HD. Back here with you live, everybody, on WFLA now. A big thank you to Paul. He's going to be live in our 11 a.m. newscast. He is live in moments here in our 11 a.m. newscast. One more time, 8 on your side, senior investigator Walt Petito joining us here. And Walt has a lot of work to do here. So I'm going to do my very best here to answer as many questions as possible. And Walt, you feel free to jump in here as needed. And so that way that we can continue to work on both our television and digital products here simultaneously. And I think we're going to try to have others as well join us and rotate our team of reporters here in and out. We're not going anywhere, folks, here on WFLA Now. We're going to stay here with you live and bring you the very latest here because we know how much this story means to you. Let's just kind of talk about that for 1 second. We know how much this story means to you. We know that there are so many folks that are heartbroken here and went to bed really down last night.
I think, and again, it's that social media impact that this was somebody who put their life out there, shared what they did with this person.
What's going on, my friend?
Oh my God, I almost had a brain hemorrhage. Everything that you could imagine technically happened. I think
the thing is, when I have YouTube open, because that's what we're streaming from, and we'll go back to it in a second. We just want to say hi to everybody. It makes an echo. You've been backstage the whole time.
Oh, really? I thought you weren't seeing me.
No,
I thought maybe.
I just didn't put us up there because that way we're not talking over the newscast because they can't hear it. And I'm echoing really bad because I'm streaming from WFLA's YouTube.
Yeah, I thought Satin was trying to do something. Also, I had to laugh when they showed that shed. I'm surprised Don didn't come running out.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I knew you were going to love that shed.
Oh,
what do you
God.
think is going on? So the FBI go there. They tell the parents to leave. I guess the parents are back inside the house.
Right. I think they're just digging for any kind of evidence, like maybe cards, love notes. I mean, yeah, I have, clothes with DNA, maybe blood, or I honestly do not think that they thought Brian was in there.
Oh,
he ain't in there. No. But
so
who knows?
Where's his big mouth attorney right now?
Being quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, when your attorney doesn't give a shit about the FBI at your house, you know something's wrong.
Well, you know what? I'm sure, it was inevitable that they searched that home.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm really surprised.
I can't imagine being his parents going through this too. Can you imagine all of a sudden your life now you have FBI's all up in your grill?
Yeah, your neighbors hate you. Your town hates you.
Uh-huh. And I agree people are pissed about Gabby, and I agree it is horrid what happened to that girl, But it's going to be interesting, the whole story of this. As far as Brian and just saying, yeah, I did something. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, I don't think Brian will ever say anything. His attorney at some point is going to have to make a statement.
I wonder if that'll be today.
Oh, I imagine he's sitting there with bated breath waiting on that autopsy. So let's go back to the news stream, and then when we take a break, I'll bring you back up. Don't leave from backstage, okay?
I won't. Sorry, guys.
You didn't do anything wrong. It's just, it's the powers of the internet,
documents, and then about 20 minutes later is when the FBI showed up. We were told that they escorted him and his wife, the couple, into the van, and now that they have been escorted back into the home, we believe. Again, this is a fluid situation. We're trying to learn as much as we can as we're here, but their house is completely blocked off, along with the street is blocked off about, I'd say, 3 or 4 houses in each direction. We have the street blocked off here, so a lot of people wondering what's next.
Christine McLarty, 8 on your side, WFLA News Channel 8 here. Christine, we'll spend a few more minutes here just kind of speaking with you to gain your perspective here on the story and get the very latest here from you. Folks joining us here, we know that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of comments in the queue here as far as your hashtag AJB, hashtag AWalt comments that we are going to come to those questions and comments here. Again, just breaking down the very, very latest with 8 on your sides, Christine McLarty here. And Christine, can you just speak to the amount of attention the story has received over the last 24 hours, especially after the terrible news that we received in Northwest Wyoming last night?
Yeah, I mean, I think this has gained national attention around the world. I've had people tweeting at me and Facebooking about the reports that we're doing from Britain and overseas. I mean, everybody is just can't seem to look away from this case just because there are so many questions. And now that we're starting to get answers, I think this heightened sense of where is Brian has become much more apparent within the last 24 hours here since we heard the news at 6 p.m. last night about Gabby. And I mean, everybody, when we're in gas stations around the neighborhood here, you know, filling up and getting different things, we have people thanking us, saying thank you for continuing trying to find answers and staying on this story. You know, a lot of people just really want to know what is going on. And of course, I think as all your viewers and you can attest, I watched your incredibly emotional WFLA Now last night. And I mean, it's just touched all of our hearts in a way that Gabby will live forever in all our hearts, and we all just want answers about what's next.
8 on your sides, Christine McLarty. Thank you, Christine. We're looking here, everybody, at 2 live pictures. On the left side of your screen is from Eagle 8 HD over the Laundry family home right now. On the right side of your screen is the shot being provided to us by the crew of 8 on your sides, Christine McLarty. Christine, this scene now, what's next here based on what we know at this time? It appears, of course, we've been reporting from News Nation Now's Brian Enton, and of course from WFLA, that the parents are back in the house right now. The parents there were, they had left or had been, of course, what's the word I'm looking for? Excuse me, escorted, thank you, from the scene here. And now the question is, what's next? Do we have any idea how long police are going to remain here on scene and what's going to unfold here in the hours ahead?
Yeah, that's a great question, JB. So as I said before, this is an active and fluid situation. So things have been changing minute to minute. About an hour ago, there was nobody here on scene. We've been here since 3 o'clock this morning, and this has been very quiet. And then we heard that the wildlife reserve, just about 10 minutes away, that they would not be doing a search there. So many of us came back here, and we've just kind of been waiting here. And then about an hour ago is when 15 unmarked cars showed up. About a dozen FBI agents, along with Northport Police, got out of their cars and they taped off this area. We really don't know what's next. We know that there is a warrant, that they are inside investigating, and we could be out here another 5 minutes. We could be out here another 5 hours or 5 days. We just don't know the answer to that question right now. But we will keep everybody updated as we learn that.
I want to, one more time here for everybody joining us here on WFLA Now, let you know that more your hashtag AJB, hashtag AWalt comments are coming up here. But Christine, before we let you go, I just want to bring up that one observation that you made in your live report here just moments ago for those of you just joining us. Oh, and I think we might have lost Christine. Christine, hopefully you have me here. I know cellular reception here as far as your call-in line is breaking up. Welcome to News in Real Time here, folks. Christine, do you have us? And I believe that we might have lost Christine McLarty, but I will, unless Christine, one more time.
Hey, JB, I think I just got you back.
All right, there you are, Christine. I want to just bring up that one note, that observation that you made earlier, that you said that about 20 minutes before the FBI and police came swarming into the scene here of the Landry family household, you said that you saw Brian Landry's father go out to one of the vehicles here. Maybe you can again tell us which vehicle it was. And you said retrieved some form of paperwork, some papers out of the vehicle.
Yeah, so I actually didn't see it with my own two eyes, but there's a lot of people here, and that is word over here. I should have clarified that is what everybody over here is saying that they saw. I can't tell you exactly which car it was that he grabbed the documents out of, but again, I did hear that he grabbed documents out of a car, and then that the parents were escorted into that black van that's just over on the left before being taken into the house.
Christine, any final notes from your reporter's notebook out there, or the notes application on your iPhone? Any final notes here as far as what you're going to be monitoring here in the hours ahead as you're here live outside the scene? In fact, I think we see you from Eagle 8 HD. Any final notes here before we let you go?
Yeah, I think that I just want to, say that, again, this is a very active and fluid situation. We're going to have team coverage. We have one of my colleagues, Allison, one of our colleagues, Allison, is just down the street here as we try to learn more. We've been out here since 4 a.m. and we expect to be out here until this situation is resolved. So we will continue bringing you team coverage. And of course, JB, thanks for all the great work that you're doing here with WFLA Now. And we'll keep you posted.
A class act, folks, here. Christine McLarty, follow her, of course, on social media. She's fantastic. And a big thank you to all of our team that is out here giving us and giving you folks the very latest here. Thanks, Christine, for taking some time to join us. All right, back here with you live, everybody, on WFLA Now. JB Buno here with you. And I think that what we're going to do here is have some additional folks join us and provide us with their perspective. Just, again, an interesting observation that Christine is noting that it appears that something might have been, that could be absolutely nothing. It could be something, but some paperwork apparently being removed from one of the vehicles outside of the Landry household by Brian Landry's father, based on the report that Christine just gave us here. So again, could be something, or could be a big fat nothing. We just don't know what that means at this time, but of course we'll keep you posted if we learn anything new here. But the FBI, police this morning here, for those of you just joining us, coming in blaze and swarming the home here and executing a court authorized search warrant here. The grounds for that warrant remain unclear. We're going to get an affidavit as we understand it, and we'll be able to shed some more light on what it was that got us to this point, because we've had a lot of your questions and comments coming in here. And there's one here in the queue that I would like to bring up here, because this is a question that's being asked by a lot of folks. And I wish Walt is taking some phone calls right now, getting some information from on the latest here on the story. And love Crystal here, hashtag hey Walt, why did they take so long for a warrant? And will they take all phones as well? Let me answer the second part first. We don't know the search warrant there. We don't know exactly how all-encompassing it is. We don't know how much has been taken from the home. We don't know what they were authorized to take as far as the search warrant. When we know, you'll know. I think if you've been watching here long enough with us here on WFLA Now, that the moment we have something and the moment that we can share it with you, and it goes, of course, through our policy here of making sure it's reportable information, it's yours. Yours. The year is 2021. People want information as soon as it comes out. So when we have it, you have it. That's my word here to you. So did they take all the phones? We don't know, but when we know, you know. But let's focus on the first part of this comment here from Love Crystal. Why did they take so long for a warrant? And I'll just kind of jump off of that question with another that I'll ask here for our audience. What changed here? What changed in the last 24 hours that now we have a search warrant? It's not that they had to wait for a judge because it's Monday morning and they couldn't get a court authorized search warrant over the weekend, or at least you would hope that's never the case, that they can get a search warrant, of course, on a Saturday. What changed? Something changed as far as them being able to execute the search warrant. Was it connected to Gabby Petito's remains, or what's believed to be Gabby Petito's remains being discovered in Northwest Wyoming? Did that spur the warrant? There's a lot of questions now as to why now and why not last Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Why is it Monday, September 20th when we now have this scene and not earlier? Did something new come through that led to this court-authorized search warrant officially being executed? I think we'll know more in the hours ahead once we get the affidavit. A lot of questions and comments coming in here. We are going to take some more of your questions here and your comments, but let's see if we can one more time here, folks. More questions and comments coming in here, and I'm going to see if we can get 8 on your side and Senior Investigator Walt Petito to join us here. But I'm going to see if one more time we can bring in Eagle 8 HD's Paul Lamison there for us in the sky above the Laundry household. Paul, I just want to check in here with you for a brief moment. I know you got a lot to worry about there in the air, but has anything changed in the last several minutes, and any new observations that you can share with our audience members here on WFLA Now? Paul is preparing for I was just told here, Paul is preparing for a live report on WFLA News Channel 8. He can't be live on broadcast and on digital at the same time, or at least we can tap into his signal while he's live on television, but he's preparing in his ear right now for a live report on television. So we'll come back to him here, folks, momentarily when we can. Well, listen in. I'll leave Paul's chopper audio. So if you hear any mumbling here, not that Paul mumbles, Paul's a great at what he does, but if you hear any radio traffic, it's because we have Paul's audio fully up here in the background. Okay. Walt Petito sitting back down here with us. Walt, anything new since you last, as you plug back in here?
No, in fact, I was going to ask you the same thing. I was on the phone with a source right there, but what's going on?
A lot of questions and comments that are coming in here, and this is now a good opportunity here for us. We'll listen in here for Paul's report. Paul is coming up here, everybody. You can see him down there in an eagle, or his wonderful headshot down there in the bottom right-hand portion of your screen, but we'll get the latest here from Paul in a moment. But let's get to some more of the hashtag HeyJB, hashtag HeyWalt comments right now, folks. File them in. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, file them in here, and we'll animate them on screen only if they have those hashtags so that we can let your comments scroll on by if you don't want your comment to be featured here on WFLA Now. Okay, Laura Manley, hashtag HeyJB. Are the Laundry parents being charged as accessories? And no, Brian Laundry there is at this time, based on the information that is provided to us and the information that is provided to you at home, there is no evidence right now that Brian Laundry has committed a crime based, again, on public knowledge. Now,
this is not a crime scene.
It
might be, and they haven't told us, but this is not a crime scene. This is not a crime. This is a missing person case. Unless that changes, we have not, and maybe it's changed in the last few seconds, but we are still dealing with a missing person case. And we do have a body, but we don't know the cause of death. We don't know. Who knows what the cause of death? It could be anything. And everybody is suspicious because we saw them fight, and we have a police report that indicates that on the 12th of August that he grabbed her face and he was seen as the aggressor. And then we have the body camera footage that where she claims or tells police she was the aggressor. It was her fault. She had an OCD moment, and she got mad at him, and then they separated for a day. That was on the third. That would be on the 13th. They're back together. The last time that anybody says they heard from her was the 25th of August, and I believe Brian was back in Florida by the 1st of September. So there's that 6-day window that we are wondering what happened in that 6-day window.
And again, Brian Laundry is a missing person in a missing persons case. And we had a comment last night, Walt, on WFLA Now. Someone that her name was Leah. I remember her name. It's hard for me to remember all the comments and all the names, but her name was Leah, and she made a point, and we've seen it a lot. People saying no body, no charge, or no body, no arrest. And now we have a body.
That's not necessarily, that's not, by the way, that's not necessarily always true.
That's not necessarily always true, but I bring it up because a lot of people assume that that's always the case. Right. And I'm bringing that up because just to say it isn't always the case, but this now new developments are going to occur here with this investigation. Now that we know that Gabby Petito's remains were, and again, a body matching her description was found in Northwest Wyoming. Now that we know that, this the investigation takes on new meaning. It takes it to a different level here. And now that we know that Gabby is again believed to be no longer with us, so
the federal search warrant takes it to a new level.
It does. It does.
Right?
It absolutely
this
does.
is a and you know these. I think Saturday.
One second. Well, let's just listen in for Paul if there's any new information.
Yep.
Oh, he's just coming through on radio. Okay.
The Saturday when they went to Carlton Reserve took it to another moment, because now this search had it felt at that point like a search for a suspect. It was search for a missing person, but it felt like a search for a suspect.
And let me make this clear here too. This isn't a homicide investigation right now.
No.
There's no evidence yet that we're aware of that leads this to be a homicide investigation in Northwest Wyoming. It is a person that was found deceased, and an autopsy is going to reveal the cause of death, and then we'll know whether or not that leads us to a homicide investigation. But right now, all we have is a body matching Gabby Petito's description being found in Northwest Wyoming, and separately here in Florida. Well, separately, but of course they are related in that we have a missing persons case here in Florida, in the Tampa Bay area, in Sarasota County, pertaining to Brian Laundrie, Gabby Petito's fiance and boyfriend. Let's get to some more. Hashtag HeyJB, hashtag HeyWalt comments and questions that are coming. Walt, before I start to rattle off a lot of these, just let us know how long do you have with us, because I know you got to work the phones. I know you got a lot to work on here. How long do you have with us?
I got a little more time.
Okay. Let's get
until my photographer spots me over here. Then he's going to come and drag me away. But
shout out to Gordon, he's a man. Haley Burrell, hashtag HeyJB. If Brian isn't at the home, are there other people out searching for him? Has he even been interviewed yet or taken into custody in any way? Let's just answer the second part of this question first. No. I mean, he's invoked his constitutional right to remain silent, and he went missing.
Yeah, as far as are they searching for him, one of Allison Henning, who's been doing a great job on this from the scene from Northport, she said that there's no longer an active scene looking for him. Does that mean they've exhausted that area? Did they get a tip he's not there anymore? So are they looking for him actively? They might be, but it's not in a grid search as they were doing over the weekend. Where are they looking? We don't know. We'd like to know. In fact, if you see any indication of that or have any information of that, get a hold of us here.
Haley, thanks for the comment. And any additional search efforts. Let me just make this clear. While the active ground search in Myakkahatchee isn't currently underway, that doesn't mean that they, okay, we're done searching. No. That's not how it works. The search is ongoing for Brian Laundrie. It's just been reconcentrated and repurposed in a different way. The strategy has changed as far as finding him, because you have to commit resources to find somebody. They don't just magically pop up on a map, unless, of course, you can track them via phone. But you understand what I'm saying.
Strategy is important, by the way.
It is extremely important.
So they have a presence out there, and maybe they wanted us to know about that presence. Maybe they didn't. And now maybe they thought, let's back up. Let's draw back a little bit and maybe pinpoint it, or maybe we don't know. And this is why journalists have to be patient, because at the end of the day, we want it to be a successful investigation one way or the other. So when the officers don't want to tell us certain things, we really should understand that it is about them trying to do their job. And the media has to remember that, and the public has to remember that. Are they looking for him? They're not telling us how they're looking for him, but maybe that is strategy. We don't know whether he could very well have access to what everybody else has access to, and police probably do not want him to know certain things about where they're looking, I imagine.
Thanks a lot, Haley, for your comment. We'll move on to more here. Again, use hashtag HeyWaltz. You see it here on the yellow stripes on the left and right side of your screens. Hashtag HeyJB, and we can feature your comments here on WFLA Now as we continue to stay here with you live from Eagle 8 HD here in the center of your screen. This is a current live picture here from our sky here above Tampa Bay, Florida, of Brian Laundrie's family home, as Brian Laundrie at this time remains missing in the Gabby Petito case. More questions. Let's get to Erica Tecaletti, the cute one there in the profile picture. Hashtag HeyJB. If Brian left the country, couldn't they track his passport? There have been so many questions. I have to address this. There's so many questions, Walt, in our comment section asking if Brian left the country or if Brian has fled internationally. And that would be a major shock if that was the case. And, Yeah, we have to go back to the Thursday press conference and Chief Todd Garrison and standing there at the podium. We know where Brian is. We know where Brian is. So let's break down Todd Garrison's remarks there for a moment in pertaining to this comment here. On Thursday, Northport Police say, we know where Brian is. We know where Brian is. There's two scenarios there that that Northport Police were right or they were wrong, that they knew where he was. Let's break down each one individually. If they were right,
Hey guys, I'm back. My computer froze. That was a freaky thing. Hey Kevin, grab the link real quick. Then we'll get back to the show. What's Kevin doing? Hello, my friend. What's Satin doing to us today?
Oh my God. I'm about ready to have I don't even know what to call it, a stroke. I can't believe all this internet shit.
Yeah, well, this was my computer just froze up. The whole screen and everything froze up. We lost a bunch of people. Maybe they'll come back.
Yeah, I know.
So what do you think's going on? I mean, they have, the FBI has a warrant.
Yep. Yeah, they at this point the FBI can do whatever the hell they want to do. And you know, I was sitting here thinking, how many tips has law enforcement got on this Gabby case before she was found? Do you know?
Well, I think the big one was the people that had their GoPro and they had the picture of their van from I think it was the 27th, I believe, August 27th, because they found her far from there. But here on Summer Wells, there's 1,200 tips and no Summer.
That's what I was just getting ready to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it.
Why? People in chat can let us know too what they think.
Absolutely, yeah. Chat's been lit up.
I honestly think law enforcement doesn't even need don't even need tips, in my opinion. This Summer Wells thing is a different. How do I want to say this? I truly, in my heart, don't believe that Summer has to be the smoking gun to solve the Summer Wells case. Granted, it would be a huge bonus, but in my opinion, law enforcement already knows the foul play and who possibly done it.
Yeah, and the smoking gun is sitting up on that hill.
Exactly.
The smoking gun's up there.
Well,
it's her parents. Look at how Gabby's parents have conducted themselves from day one. They're on the news holding a picture of Gabby. The mom, you just wanted to hug her. Do whatever you could for her. I mean, she's inconsolable. They can't eat, they can't sleep. But then you got Don, who doesn't even want his property searched, has no trespassing signs up. He would rather talk to Benny than get a lawyer and deal with TBI.
Yeah, what does that tell you? Remember we talked about can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Remember we talked about on your last live that what if Don knows 100% that they are not going to find Summer and he just don't give a flying, you know what? What if that man? I mean,
those are the bets.
Go ahead.
Those are the bets he's hedging. That's what Don is doing. He is betting they will never find her and that they don't have enough on him or Candace to do anything.
Right. Exactly. And I got a message for that. Don, you are not that fucking slick, in my opinion, buddy. You may be playing a game right now, but I can't wait till they drag your ass and your wife and your freaking worthless grandma to them kids. I can't wait till they drag your ass in, Don. It's coming, buddy. You know, that's what's pissing me off is he's playing this game. Like, he's got a child that is, in my opinion, is no longer here on this earth. And he is playing this shit show game. Dude, let me tell you, Don, I don't even, without being like way out, I don't even know. This guy is really something else, ain't he?
Well, all I know is Summer deserved this attention, and she deserved parents that cared about her. She deserved parents that spoke through an attorney, spoke to the national media, not Benny. Summer deserves this. Summer deserves this attention. And her parents have put her in death like they did in life.
And that was the only reason I got on your show the first time, is because, you know, I promised Summer in a way that I wouldn't give up until she has gotten justice, and I won't at all. I will never let you, from me anyway, Don and Candace and Grandma, I will never let you rest. I will keep exposing you every time I talk. Okay? I'm not going to wait. Now, you can have your big cronies and all that. You know, it's awful funny that there's YouTubers that that are getting their lives threatened and their kids. Where's that coming from? You know, I know where it's coming from. And that shit ain't right. Scaring people like that. You know, I know. I've talked to these people, these creators. I know what you're doing. Okay? So, man, Don, you better. Bro, where is Summer? Come on. This has gone too long. And I'm not going to quit. I'm in this for the long run. I'd feel awful pathetic if now I gave up on talking about Summer. There ain't no way I'm going to. Ever. So,
No.
I don't know.
So they have another update. Hang on, Kevin. Stay backstage.
Yeah, we were done with the Look Live, Linda. I'm just still talking to JB, but you heard I synced out. But JB, this whole area is a pretty busy area, so that's the weird thing, that he could have just got out without people seeing him leave. But again, the search warrant's happening in the house, JB, and we're going to get going now. We have to go back to Venice and refuel, but I'll give you one last look at the house as we start heading to Venice. And again, this is the home where the search warrant's going on. The road closed in front as the media and everyone else continues to wait to see what the next step of this case is. Back to you, JB.
Thanks, Paul. Really appreciate it. And again, live here from Eagle 8 HD, showing you the scene here, everybody. And give Paul a follow on social media. One of the best news photographers in the country as far as being able to do it from the ground and from the air, as Eagle 8 HD now returns home. JB Buno, Walt Petito here with you live, everybody, on WFLA Now. We'll start to play back again some of that video from earlier, some of the earlier video now from the scene here at the Laundry family household, just kind of queuing things up here, and there we have it. Anything new, Walt?
I have nothing new. Again, same questions, I think, as we wait. And Paul brings up a good point, showing us, I think, some great information. They're showing us where the various cars that are in there and where the parents are and where they've been, and the fact that they're back inside. That's part of, we're just waiting for this. And keep in mind, it's the FBI. They're not going to tell us a whole lot, I don't think, once they get out of there. And I think the things we're waiting for today are possible forensic results from the Denver FBI and from Wyoming, from the scene out there. We're waiting for, obviously, whether or not we can find Mr. Laundry. And then we're also waiting to find out what exactly the FBI is looking for inside that house. Will we get those answers today? We don't know, but we will. We obviously will bring them to you as soon as we get them, and hope and sort of try to fill in some of the blanks here of this mystery that's sort of captivated the entire country.
All right, if you've been here with us now for the last hour and a half, you've been really patient as far as your hashtag HJB, hashtag HWalt comments now. Walt, if we can here, Gord, you good? I'm good, Walt. All right, you got it. Just checking in. Don't want to make Gordon Dempsey an unhappy man. Got to make sure that that is, of course, 8 on your side, senior investigator Walt Petito's photographer here, and they have a lot of work to get to here as far as collecting the latest here for us. So, let's see if we can. How long do you have here for us, Walt? For
10 more minutes.
All right, we got 10 minutes here. We're gonna do rapid fire here. We're going to just go through rapid fire as many hashtag KJB, hashtag HWalt comments and questions that we can take here. And then we'll wrap up here in WFLA Now, or perhaps bring in another member of our team to continue answering questions if you'd like for us to do so. If you'd like for us to do extended coverage here for us, folks, if you'd like to request extended coverage here, let us know here in the comment section, and we'll stay here with you live. We're going to be covering this story all day and until its conclusion. So we're here with you. Let's get to some of the comments that have come in here in the last several minutes that are in our queue here. Okay, Amanda Perna, I see this one, hashtag AJB. I want to commend you and your entire team for covering this so well. Thank you, guys. Thank you. There's been a lot of,
Thanks,
I'm not going to throw them all up here, but there have been a lot of very, very kind and sincere comments about our coverage here, and we really appreciate that. We really do. Elizabeth Brady, hypothetically speaking, I like that she begins this with hypothetically speaking. I was
thinking the exact same thing. There's a lot of hypothetically speaking here because we're waiting for some things that are more than hypothetical, but go.
I don't hit the applause button often there as far as our sound effects, but thank you for the hypothetically speaking, because we say that all the time. Elizabeth Brady, hashtag AJB, hypothetically speaking, if the parents have had quite some time to clean the house, what are the chances of the FBI finding anything?
Well, I'll tell you what. They can find whether or not you cleaned the house, by the way. And now I think if this turns into a crime, now you're obstructing justice. Would you do that for your son? Maybe. But yeah, it's a great question. But along those lines, the FBI seems to think they can go in there and find something. Now, this is video from earlier, right, JB, on the right?
It is.
So
yep.
They are, I don't know what.
This is not live. Let's make that clear. Not live.
But yeah, it's a great question. I just think that what are you cleaning the house of? What are you getting rid of? That's what we don't know. It's not like we don't believe anything happened in that house that would give them they could still get DNA evidence, for example, in that house, right? They could be in there looking for DNA evidence that then could possibly, they don't have Brian's DNA. Why would they? So they could be looking for DNA evidence. They could be in the bathrooms and looking for that in his bedroom, whatever it is. They're getting that, and that can take some time.
Cynthia Gonzalez, hashtag KJB. My guess is maybe they are getting fingerprints or something to maybe get something with Brian's DNA to possibly match whatever comes back from Gabby's autopsy. Just a thought. You would imagine that forensics are part of this,
absolutely,
where we are in this investigation. Absolutely.
100%.
Cynthia, thanks a lot for your comment here, going back to where we are. So we don't, I take these kind of in turn here. Lauren Maynard, hashtag AJB, hashtag HWalt. We threw this one up earlier. I'm going to throw this one up here one more time from the UK here, and been following the case. Heartbreaking, praying for justice for Gabby and her family. Speaks to, again, how this is an international news story. People are following this story, not across the country, around the world. Lauren, thanks for watching from the UK. Corey Steelman, hashtag AJB. Do you think that the laundries told police a wrong location to make sure he could get away? I bring this comment. I'm not going to answer this comment because we don't know. There's just so much that we don't know. But I bring up this because the no service in Yosemite text, the final text that was sent from Gabby's phone to Gabby's mother, there's been so much theorizing going on online pertaining to that comment and whether or not that was intentionally given for a purpose to, throw off the scent, so to speak, of Brian Laundrie and of Gabby Petito. So we don't know the answer to this question, Corey, but I know that there are a lot of people that are asking whether or not that the location was given incorrectly intentionally, and whether or not, as we go through some more of the camera feed video here, everybody, this is what you see on the news or what you see on our news cameras here. But also, do the parents have any role in Brian's disappearance is a question that is being asked repeatedly on social media.
Unfair question at this point, I would have to say. I get it. We want answers, but those are questions that we would ask at a news conference, but at this point, again, missing person case, and everybody suspects everybody right now.
Everybody thinks that everyone's the bad guy,
right.
And you would, let's just keep that in the context of like we there's just so much we don't know, and until we have more information, but there have been some people at the same time commenting that a parent that loves their child, and parents who really, of course, parents love their children and would do anything to protect their child. And that is a sentiment that has been thrown my way, both on stream and off stream.
Yeah.
As far
That's
as
true.
the actions of Brian Laundrie's parents here. Shannon Owens, we talked about this earlier, but Walt, real quick, #AJB, are they still looking for Brian?
Absolutely.
Of course they are. They're looking for Brian. Just the active search of Myakkahatchee at the reserve there in rural Sarasota County has been called off to re-strategize and reallocate their resources elsewhere. Christina Tolbert, #AJB, are the police/FBI going to do a press conference today? First and foremost, we don't know if there's going to be a press conference today. Of course, if there is one, we're live here with you on WFNA
My
now.
guess is there will be one.
You say yes.
Will it be the FBI? I think the FBI just tends to not do update sort of press conferences.
I don't think it's going to be FBI Tampa.
If the FBI has a news conference, it's going to be to announce that we have a probable cause of death, we have a positive identity on the body, or we have a suspect, or we need your help. That's what. But Northport Police might be pushed by all that media to make some sort of statement today. I would be surprised if they don't.
And it likely would be organized by, or at least shared out by, Northport Police. They're still the lead investigative agency in this case here. Kenesha Hoffman, #AJB, #AWalt, if, in capital letters, if he is found guilty, will his parents be charged with anything as well? It's just too early to say. He's still a missing person. There's no homicide investigation currently underway. It's a missing persons case, so we don't even know where Brian is. We don't even know if Brian's going to be charged with the crime. We want to rush this to the conclusion that we can finally say that there's justice for Gabby, and everybody wants that immediate satisfaction, but we're just not there yet.
No, and sometimes a charge in a case like this could be used to convince someone to offer more information. And so parents being charged in a case like this for what? Obstructing justice. Sometimes you might do that in order to get them to talk if they're not cooperating. But it appears they have at least started to cooperate as of Friday, right? Because that's when we saw police going in there Friday, and then they came back today.
Brittany Costello, #AJB. So is he a suspect yet or still a person of interest? Person of interest. Eric's comment we threw up here. Mark Friedrich, #AJB. I'm curious, are officials in Wyoming communicating with the Florida officials in regarding to this case?
We're told yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a multi-agency effort, and
Wyoming, by the way, and Utah.
Yep. So Wyoming's involved, Utah's involved, Florida's involved, Suffolk County Police in New York are involved. Right. So this is a multi-agency effort here, folks. Thank you, Mark, for your comment here. Savvy Martin, #AJB, #AWalt. Where is Gabby's van? Currently in lockup with her parents. It's with police.
Last time we saw it was with Northport Police. You have to wonder if this becomes a crime, that becomes a key element, right? Because I'm going to assume they've had it for almost a week, that they have done a lot of analysis on that van at this point, we would think.
3 more here before we have to clear Walt, and then we're going to figure out exactly what our next steps are here on WFLA Now. We've been live now for we're approaching the 2-hour mark here, and we'll of course continue to take some questions here, but we are going to have to take a break here momentarily just to read.
Okay. Uh-oh. I think they're winding it down. They did say that they think the FBI will make a statement today, but I don't know.
Well, all I can say is, listening to that, what about Summer? Come on.
These people aren't going to bring Summer up. And Dawn and Candace.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, Dawn and Candace. What I'm here. Hey, Chasing Justice is in here. I'd love for her to come up because I feel terrible about what happened to her.
Yeah, me too. I'd love to hear. Yeah, you're one of the videos that I was talking about earlier. I should have gave you credit, but I didn't want to put your name out there. But I'm so glad you joined panel. Yeah, tell everybody what happened.
After I talk to her, I will.
Oh, I thought she was coming up to talk.
Hey, Phoenix, what's going on? So anyway, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what the FBI was there searching for. I don't know why they had like chairs out and everything. I mean, are they looking for her clothes? Are they looking for a weapon? What are they looking for? But they let the parents back in the house. You know?
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. I don't. Well, we all know he ain't going to be in the house. You know, I am 50-50 on whether he's alive or not.
That's what I'm wondering.
You know, unless he's a narcissist like Don.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's still alive. But the thing of it, and another thing, I'm really wondering if I don't know if his parents know where he is. I don't know. Man, you would have, listen, this would be so hard to do, but I don't think they're going to lie to the FBI.
God, I'd hope not.
Because they'll go to jail. Okay? So I don't think okay, this is my opinion. I don't think his parents knows where he is. I don't. 'Cause, yeah, you know, unless they come out and say they do, and we don't know if they have yet or not. But what does Chad think, and what do you think, Brooks? Do you think his parents don't know where he's at?
I have a sneaking suspicion that they do. I think they are protecting him at all costs. I don't think that they believe that he's responsible for Gabby. I don't think that they believe that. But I think they are protecting him at all costs.
So you think we think they would risk going to prison, hiding their son?
Well, if he was charged with a crime, then they would be in trouble. But right now, he's just a person of interest. We don't even know if Gabby was murdered. This could have been an accident.
True. That's a good point that you just made.
Now, they're not technically doing anything wrong. Their moral compass is off.
Right.
But he's not a wanted man. I mean, it's not like he's on the FBI's wanted list.
Oh, God. Man, I tell you what. Why didn't Don and I know this is about Gabby, but why hasn't Don and Candace done this news stuff to find their daughter if she was truly abducted?
Because they don't want her found. Because they don't want her found.
Exactly. They don't care.
They were upset with helicopters over their house. They didn't want people searching around their property. Every bit of it annoyed them.
You know what I wish? I wish the FBI and the TBI and local law enforcement would swarm their house like they did these people's house and drag their asses in and get a damn confession.
Me too.
Come on, law enforcement. Man, they must. But see, I do have faith in the law enforcement there. They have something that they are so damn positive of that they don't have to do none of this. What does law enforcement know in Tennessee that we don't? A lot. Otherwise, they would be, they have to have their cards in a row because they're not acting in the Summer Wells case like it normally goes down. You know what I mean?
No.
No,
I do. I understand what you mean. But this, I have never seen a case unfold like this one with Gabby. No. I cannot believe that just a little over a week from when her mom reported her missing, they found her body last night, and that was really hard to take. Now the FBI is coming in. Now the FBI is searching his house. I think when they figure out a cause of death, I think it's going to go real fast.
Yeah, and look who gave him the most credible tip, a YouTuber. And
you mean Summer?
No, and Gabby didn't. The lady that Weren't they? Aren't they
Yeah. They have
YouTubers?
some kind of a like adventure channel or something. And she was going through her GoPro, from what I understand, and she found a
Right.
picture of the van, and she had the date on it. Okay, so
So
look how
what
fast
I'm
that's
getting at
rolling.
is
But you've got all these people calling the
exactly.
TBI 1,200 tips. They can't do anything with Summer.
That's what I'm getting at. Law
Yeah.
enforcement doesn't need no damn tips. I don't think. I think they know, but there's something that they're waiting on. There is something. Man, I wish I knew.
Yep. Hang
Ah,
on. Chasing Justice wants to come up. I want to see if she's doing okay.
yeah, no doubt.
Hey, Chasing Justice, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Big fan of your channel. And Kevin sent me the link today of what you're going through. So I know it's way off topic, guys. So those that are here to, to talk about Gabby, we're going to get back to Gabby. We're going to loop back to that. I just want to make sure Chasing Justice is okay. Can you tell us what happened? If you can't, I understand. I just want to make sure you're okay. So if you need anything from us, let me know.
Are we talking
yeah,
about
with
one?
Benny. Yeah.
Well, I stumbled. I'm very new to the crime community on YouTube. I'm actually
That's
a second
okay.
year. I'm a second year criminal justice major. And
Wow.
when I
Wow.
was looking into like Cash Gurnan and stuff, when all that happened, I stumbled across Benny's channel. And for like a split second, I thought, oh, well, I mean, he was using the big words. He sounded
You're
legit.
cutting
So
out
I was
just
like,
a
well,
little bit.
I'll sub. Well, then the next.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, ask her to get better. She
this
can
better?
move somewhere else. Yeah, we can hear.
Okay.
It's better now.
Okay. All right. So the next day, my feed, when I went on YouTube that morning, it was like divine intervention. It was just full of all the negative stuff about him. And so I did my research because that's just what I do. And I came across AB, talked to him a little bit, and basically, I asked him how fast should I run, and he said run fast. So I did. But I still kept watching, and I started seeing the behavior patterns. And then as I got to know people a little more, they would tell me stories. And then finally, what pushed me over the edge, and I had never intended to do anything with the Chasing Justice channel. I have another channel where I like report on cases. But
What
this
is
one
it?
just,
Hang
it's
on.
called,
Oh, sorry.
it's called Crime Scene Uncovered.
Okay, yeah.
I'll draw, and even on that channel, I go after the cases where there's injustice and corruption and things like that. So
Cool.
that's just, I have just big problems with that. And so long story short, I've made a few videos kind of just spitting out facts, telling people, he's up here pretending to be this great guy, but it's not true. And everything that I've said about him, I have the proof to back it up. And
Oh, I believe
so
you
it just kind of
100%.
snowballed, and I knew eventually he can't resist. I knew he would react to me, because up until yesterday, he has not said one word to me. He's commented like LOL or yes, that was powerful, little things like that. And then
Yep.
on those comments, that's when all his little girls from his chats, come in, and they end up bickering and stuff. It's pretty funny. Well, it was brought to my attention that in some stream or something yesterday, Lizzie told him something like, oh, well, it wasn't hard to find her Facebook page. Well, I would imagine not, because it's literally the same name as my YouTube.
Right.
So
Are you
he
talking
started
about Livy? Are you talking about Lizzie Be
Lizzie
Stupid?
Savage. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's her. And and the thing is yesterday in my video, I didn't really say anything bad about her. I told her that she's, batting for the wrong team. that, you know, if she wants to do a petition and things like that, that's great. I'm all for, you know, people wanting to change things for the better, but just do it based on something real. Because if you're going to try to stop the exploitation, well, that means shutting Benny down too.
Right.
And
So
so he just tried to call me like 3 or 4 times, and then he sent me a message saying, I know who you are. Now I'm coming. Well, there's the threat I needed. That's all I needed. So everything else he's ever done, now these women who are my sole purpose for even doing this, I can help them now. Because up until now, they've just had doors slammed in their face about his blatant threats. I mean, with the posting of the picture of the one lady and then coming on to explain why he did it by doing it again. All of that falls into the category of cyber crimes. And the fact that I've had women reach out to me in writing and say, I'm afraid of him and what he might do to me. That is the definition of cyber harassment. It's harassing someone digitally and causing fear,
Yes.
making them worry about their well being.
that's
And
what I
so,
was.
go
Sorry,
ahead.
I just wanted to say something. That's what I was talking about earlier. You know, that's just those kind of threats, man. That's wrong.
Yeah. So he started again bright and early this morning at 7 o'clock with the phone calls. And, you know, he did the same thing he always does. It's if I get one more blocked phone call, I'm pressing charges against you. So he's doing the same thing he does with everyone, like he did with Ziggy. So I know that it's just going to keep coming, and that's fine because as soon as I open the message, 4 other people have a copy of it. So I mean, I told him today, I did a little upload and told him, I said, you know, you have a choice to make. You can continue on this path, which is not going to be pretty for you, or just be a man and admit that you've done these things to people and follow that do better, be better. You know, I
Yep.
mean, you can't be up here claiming to be a victim's advocate and pushing forgiveness and the what ifs, all of that, when you're just being a scumbag behind the scenes.
Exactly. I'm trying to get Kevin to go undercover and take his class.
And learn that one vocabulary word.
Because I couldn't believe it when he came into my group about Cash Gurnan. And next thing you know, I see all this crap about him taking pizza to Monica Sherrard. And I'm like, is his brain broke? What is going on
Well,
here?
see, and that's another thing he wants people to be convinced of is that he has Chiari malformation. And that, you know, I've spoken to the mother whose child actually has that, who he took that story and made it his own and then threatens this mother. I mean, bodily harm. And I did one live stream and Criminality Amanda came to the chat. I was so thankful because, you know, this isn't for me. I get no satisfaction whatsoever of having to expose someone like this. It's not something.
No, that's not how you play at all. You're not into the drama.
Right. It's just these women, they deserve to be treated better. No
Yep.
one should ever be disparaged or demeaned or just talked to the way some of these women have been. And you know, I'm no stranger to abuse. I don't know if you guys have heard, I've told my story, and it was because of Summer's case, you know, everything
There we
just
go.
it came full circle for me. And with
Yep.
Trish and Jeannie and all of that, that's why I say if Summer could see how important her life has been to so many people, it just kind of empowered me. And I got the strength to speak up. You know, I'm a 2-time SA survivor. Once when I was 10,
Oh man,
and once as a young adult when I was in my 20s.
I'm
And
so
it
sorry to hear that.
took a lot of years and a lot of finding myself and realizing my purpose. And, you know, I didn't live through all of that to just allow someone to blatantly treat women the way that he does.
There you
And
go.
so it's for all of them, and they know who they are. I've become very good friends with most of them. You know, it's something has to be done, and I'll take one for the team, and I'll do everything in my power. But you know, he knows he's a smart one. You know, he's not doing this just. I mean, he
Nope.
really puts a lot of thought into every calculated move he makes. He always gets right to the edge of the line, but never actually crosses it into being something criminal, other than smoking pot on camera every day.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean,
it's
listen, I just want to jump in for a sec
Yeah.
because it's important. It's important what you're saying. Um, that's I'm like you. The only reason I jumped into this YouTube thing was because of Summer, because the case grabbed me. You know,
Right.
it really
right.
did for some reason. But you're absolutely right. Um, we can't let Summer fade. And secondly, this cyber bullying from Benny has got to quit now.
Right.
You know, when you start threatening people's lives that's not acceptable whatsoever. It's not even funny.
Because we've definitely
You
gotten a
know,
taste of it, haven't we, Kevin? We've gotten it.
yeah,
And
And that's
yep.
the thing. And nobody was really watching before, but you know, they are now. And I know this for a fact because I email with
Sorry.
PD every day, just about. I mean, I'm the kind of person that I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I don't take any of this lightly. And, you know, it's just, I don't know. The world is in bad enough shape as it is, and people shouldn't, you know, a lot of people are just stuck at home, whether it be mandatory in their state or they just feel more comfortable there. There's just been a shift all across the board. And people come on YouTube as a way to, you know, have connections to the outside world, find out what's going on, you know, learn a few new recipes
have a
and things like that.
conversation. Have a conversation. Have a
Exactly.
laugh. And
And
then
they
you
shouldn't.
have this group of people, and it's not just them, that it's either got to be their clique or none. And they are
Right.
sick ass people. These are very insecure, shady, selfish, scheming people. They really are. It's really sick.
It is. And it bothers me more so. And it's not even, and I really, literally, in my last video yesterday, when I said that if we did a comparison of the comments that I get, I mean, there's literally a handful of negative ones, and it's all from his subscribers. And then when you look at all the rest of them, it's just thank you. You know, thank you for standing up and saying the things that we all wish we could say. And, you know, we're all behind you 100%. And please don't stop. You know, we've been waiting for someone to do this. And I just, you know, I can't say it enough. I won't stop. You know, I will never let these women down because I know what it feels like to be emotionally tormented and be fearful and unsure of yourself. And it's just not okay. I mean, literally, all he would have to do is quit expending the energy on doing it. I mean, he doesn't even make content about any of these cases anymore. It's about conversations he's had with Dawn mixed in with, you know, causing problems with other channels.
Right. So what did, if you can say, if you can't say, I understand, I'll just get with you later. What did the police say?
Well, I can't get into everything, but as far as what
Yeah,
I'm
just get a hold of me
concerned
later.
with, I was told as soon as he does something to you personally, make sure you give us a call back. And then they told me the process of what to do in my state. So
Okay.
it's very real. I'm not just like taunting him.
No,
You
I
know,
never.
and I never said anything to him. I never made any threats to him. I told him the truth.
Oh.
You know, if you don't stop this, A, B, and C is going to happen.
Right.
And so, and he still continues to make the choice every day to keep doing
Yep.
it. And he makes his rounds. I mean, now he's got me to throw in the mix. So he went after Ziggy for a couple of days, and then he went after Doug, and then now
After
he's got
us.
me. Yeah, I mean, if people will just go, if they've just subbed to his channel, since he's such a numbers guy, he loves comparing views and numbers and things like that. Well, that should tell all his followers that he's exploiting everything. It
Uh,
is about money to him.
well,
And
when you're checking out those numbers, you're not in it for the right reason.
right.
That's
Well, he needs to charge on classes on how to cyberbully people because that's all
Yeah.
he's doing. He's a joke.
You know, and this the whole I'm a confidential informant. Well, okay,
Yeah.
then if you were, then when the police were at your house the other day, why did you not video you walking up and treating them with respect and, you know, just the respect they deserve as human beings, and you just throw on top of there as a bonus that they're out there putting their lives on the line to protect people like him.
right.
Right.
You know, he made sure that he just videoed the tail end of everything and then, you know, made him look like the tough guy. Well, first of all, if you're working with the police, show some respect. Second
Yeah.
of
See.
all,
Yeah. With
I just,
Benny, I'm sorry, but what I picked up with Benny is, I first watched him and I thought, man, this dude's interesting, you know. But then when Chris McDuck, it was obvious. It turned into Benny literally cannot stand police, law enforcement.
no, he can't.
Why? Because he's a criminal.
Right. I mean, he's threatened people's husbands to shoot them
Wow.
multiple times.
Whoa.
I mean, he tells people all the time, I'm a world-class troll, you know, and he lets people feel it's just, I was on the panel with Emma when there was the Facebook messages from grandma. And, you know, of course, very next day it was, oh, well, they're fake and this is how. Well, okay, now that you've just explained to the world that you know exactly how to do all this stuff, why would anyone believe anything you say after that?
Yeah.
So he goes on, you know, creating all these emails that people have supposedly sent him, and maybe they did. I don't know. But I know that they weren't the way he's making them out to be because a few of them I've seen. But I've seen all the nasty ones from him. And you know, if someone faked those, it would have to be a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands, and that'll all come out in the wash. And if it does get to that point and he's proven to be completely innocent, I will get him an edible arrangement and apologize. But until that day comes, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
You
don't
go,
stop.
girl.
So, what do you think about this case with Gabby?
As soon as news broke of it, it didn't take my brain too long to kind of connect some dots.
Yeah.
And that right out of the gate, I thought this guy knows what happened to her. If it was they were arguing and she slipped and fell, or they were arguing and he intentionally hurt her by accident and just panicked, or he actually, you know, who knows how much planning he would have gone into to up with this elaborate trip, you know, knowing that it would be her last. Either way you look at it, I think that he is not on the run because he just needs some time away. He's on the run because he's caught. And I think that when everyone showed up on his parents' front lawn the other night, that is when he realized the magnitude of the situation, and he split. And
he's a scared child. I wonder if he's even in the country.
I don't know that he's even with us any longer, honestly. And I haven't watched any updates today because I've been dealing with the Benny thing, but
yeah,
I don't know if there's been any communication with him since he went missing or anything like that. But I think that he really did panic. He thought mom and dad were going to be able to get him out of this, or he would just be able to keep it a secret. But once people started questioning things and they were showing up and, letting it be known something's not right and we know it, he split.
It's not odd to me at all that his parents are defending him tooth and nail because they don't believe that he did anything. Hang on. His parents were arrested. Hang on. We got to go live. Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh.
I mean, we are live, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're okay. Never said our channel was perfect. We're raw. We bring is, you know what I'm saying?
I don't even know how to screen share and stuff yet. That's how new I am to this.
Me too. When I first, I don't know, my phone, I have no idea how to operate over half of it.
Yeah.
I'm just a normal guy that, I never even was on YouTube until summer. And I jumped on Brooke's channel. She let me talk, and ever since then, and I'm not going to rest. I'm not letting these pathetic people rest until that little girl gets justice.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, she's the innocent one here. And I don't,
Yeah.
like I said, the cases I report on, they're not cases you hear about all the time. I mean, mainly the most well-known case I've ever really dug into and researched was the Christian Andriacchio case. And actually that was part of the catalyst for me going back to school for criminal justice. And so after I graduate, I'm going to be taking the exam to be a private investigator in my state. And
Wow.
eventually I want to get a multi-state license. And then one day I hope to start a nonprofit with other criminal justice professionals and lab experts and things like that to assist families whose cases are under investigated or stalled or, wrongful determinations, things like that, because those people don't have the money most of the time to go out and get independent testing and things like that done. And I also want to help the children of both victims of crime and perpetrators whose, their parents are either deceased or they're in the correction system and they need a shot at life, so they don't follow.
Yeah, I applaud you. Seriously, I do. For
Thank you.
giving a damn, first of all, and second of all, going back to school and getting your license and stuff. I think I applaud you for that. But let me ask you a question. I hope it ain't putting you on the spot. Do you think Summer was abducted?
No,
No,
I don't.
No.
Okay,
No.
that's all you gotta say, unless you want to say something. Okay,
I don't.
Thank you.
Okay, hang on. In comments, I don't mean to cut anybody off. It says that they are saying his mom and dad were taken into custody. So I just went back to WFLA, but they're not saying that.
I'm on Fox News and I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
All I see is Biden with the immigrants in Texas.
God damn. Okay.
That's all that's on. all these those Haitian people at the border. And Biden just said, we're not letting them in. But then I hear he's women and children, but it could take years to, I don't know. I just, whatever.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry about that. Back to Gabby.
Okay.
Yeah, it just
Okay, that's what I thought. Crime Time. They weren't arrested because they removed him from the house and they let him back in. All right, let's clear up the rumor now.
Okay. I hope they find him soon, just so
Yeah.
her parents might know why, you know, and even if he did choose to do something to himself, I hope he left a note so that there's a case two I'm working on out of Tennessee. One is a mother her son's name was Aaron Shane Key, and he was killed a couple of years ago, and it was made to look like he had taken his own life. And she's getting no help whatsoever. And then the other case is Joshua Brian Bohannon, who has been missing since early June in Tennessee. So, but yeah, Christian Andriacchio, that case kind of got me going. And then the Taylor McAllister case. And so it's just, I never go after the mainstream cases that you hear about every day. I go after the ones that look like they have a cover up, you know.
Right.
And it's not out of disrespect for law enforcement. People are human. They make mistakes. And then sometimes when a mistake goes too far, then you have to just kind of keep going for the sake of your reputation. And
yeah, you know what? And it's sad because covering cases of missing, you're not going to run out of content. It's a terrible problem in this country.
Right. And
I don't know if you guys can see the comments, but Crime Time just said, do y'all realize he was burying Gabby when the people were recording that day? Boy, that's creepy as hell.
Oh, I saw that video.
Wow.
See, and so that's the thing. Stuff like this just happens right under our noses all the time. And so I think that's why I'm just feisty when it comes to wanting to bring stuff out into the open. I don't know. I just had this feeling in the pit of my stomach that it's just telling me that's what I need to do. It's what I need to do. And it's not that I do it for any ill intent or to do someone harm. I do it because it's the right thing to do, because the people on the other end of it deserve so much more. And we're dealing with so much already. All we have is each other. And if people are constantly in fear, it's just, I don't know, the whole thing just really snowballs for me. And it's something has to change.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah. A lot of
that's
people
how
have
I
been
am.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
A lot of people have been sending me messages, you know, just wanting to make sure I'm okay and telling me to be safe. And so I just want to assure everyone, you know, that I do everything I predicted that he would do is unfolding now. You know, I knew he couldn't resist for too long. So I am taking precautions. And like I said, every bit of information that I get, it goes to someone else immediately. So.
Well, and that's the only way to handle it, which is you shouldn't be going through this. How do I get a hold of you? Actually, you know what? If you go to the About tab on our channel, you'll see the email address. Kevin's actually getting a separate one so people can message him directly too.
Okay.
That way his personal one's not up.
All right. Well, I'll go check that out and I'll email you. I do have to hop off right now because my daughter's doctor just called, so I have to call.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, let us know.
No problem.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, anytime. Bye-bye, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hang on one.
Well, there you go, guys. There's the news about old Benny Boy.
Yep. I got to play this video real quick. Hang on 1 second.
You got to remember, Benny will do anything to get his point across. I mean, he's dangerous. in my opinion. You know, and Benny's actually, he's not very smart because, like she just said, people are, make sure they know what they're talking about and that they have everything they need for evidence from cyberbullying and all that. So keep playing the game, Benny.
No, agreed. Hang on. I'm going to play a video real quick, Kevin. Hang on. Just 1 second.
Sure.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yep.
Ford Transit van. It's kind of wild. Like, it's insane a little bit.
As we drove past, we actually weren't able to find any
sites. And we ended up driving back through, saw it again, but here it is on the left. So.
And I slowed it down so you can possibly see it a little bit better.
Kind of freaky for a late Saturday evening, but we just kind of had a brain fart. Oh my God, there's that van. This is most definitely Gabby Petito's Ford Transit van. It's kind of wild, like it's insane a little bit because we drove past. We actually weren't able to find any sites, and we ended up driving back through, saw it again, but here it is on the left. So.
And I slowed it down so you can possibly see it a little bit better.
Kind of freaky for a late Saturday evening, but we just kind of had a brain fart. Oh my God, there's that van.
That's freaky weird. Rachel, she's not talking about you. She's talking about if you go on Benny's show. Yeah, that's where she was found, Snow. Yeah, I'm glad you guys sent that. That creeps me out.
You know what? I couldn't. My phone was messing up. What was it?
Here, I'm gonna play it
what
again.
Was it? Yeah, because where do I look? I don't.
On the screen.
Sorry.
I shared the screen. Hang on, babe. Hang on, just give me a second.
Yeah.
This is most definitely Gabby Petito's Ford Transit van. It's kind of wild, like it's insane a little bit because we drove past. We actually weren't able to find any sites, and we ended up driving back through, saw it again.
What am I looking for?
Left.
Yeah, listen. The
And I
arrows.
slowed it down so you can possibly see it a little bit better.
kind of freaky for a late Saturday evening, but we just kind of had a brain fart. Oh my God, there's that van.
Wow. Maybe he was digging his own grave like John Wells.
Absolutely nuts. I don't know. That really gives me the creeps. Wow.
That's not where they found her, though, is it?
Yeah, it is. But I
That
can't tell
is-
what that is. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything because I can't tell what it is.
Me either.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm blind. I didn't see. I don't know what to look at. Seriously.
It is freaky. It's freaky.
Is that where they found Gabby?
Yes.
Well, that's. I guess if that's the truth, that speaks volumes.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, we know he wasn't with her.
Okay, now Ramona says that's not where she was found.
No, she was found, I thought, in the mountains, kind of. Like
No,
in the
it
mountains.
it was open. It wasn't very far from where the van was.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw it. Let's see if I still have it. Hang on. Boy, today's a mess. When you got something going on every 2 seconds, it's a mess.
I know, today has got me so aggravated with this frickin' internet shit.
I know, my friend. It's the sand area. But yeah, Christy, it looked like I could see the door closed too on the van. That creeps me out.
Yeah, just like Don Wells' shed creeps me out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's all dark. This is well, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. If anything else comes up, we'll have to plan another live for tomorrow. If the FBI does an update on Gabby today, we'll go live. Okay, Christy, I'm gonna look at that here in 2 seconds. I can't put that on the screen from Discord for some reason.
What are you looking at?
Something that Christy sent to Discord. So I got, but
Okay.
that's on an app.
Yeah, well, sometimes we have troubles, but I want to remind everybody, our lives are raw. We don't sit around and rehearse for a live. It's what it is at that moment.
Yeah, well, the internet actually cooperated today. The reason for the echo is because I had YouTube open and it made me loop. But
Well, and I kept losing my Wi-Fi signal in my house. So I'm like, yeah, the devil's at work. You know,
the devil is at work.
Yep, they don't want us talking.
Well, too bad.
Somebody.
We have a lot to say, right, Kevin? Too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, we will see you tomorrow. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell.
Please.
As soon as the FBI gives their update today, we'll stream it live. And we'll continue our discussion about Summer Wells tomorrow, unless something else is going on with Gabby, because it moves all the time. That's a very fast-moving case. But we
Okay,
have
Brooks, I'd like to say something to chat, to the subs. Hey, guys, thanks a lot for being in chat and even caring to listen. It does mean a lot, okay? Let's not let Summer Wells' case rest. Just keep pounding it home until that little girl gets justice. That's all we can do. I just want to thank everybody.
We'll never stop talking about summer.
No, ever.
Ever. Even if it's just me and Kevin sitting in this group. We're going to continue to talk about summer.
Yep. Hey, another thing. Everybody go to other YouTube channels and in comments, leave in bold letters, Don and Candace, where is summer? Oh, but anyway, thanks, Brooks, for today.
Thanks, Kevin. I'll give you a call in a minute, my friend. Okay,
Yes,
you guys,
ma'am.
tomorrow, but check your notifications, check the community tab, because if we go live, join the Discord. Send me an email, and I'll get you hooked up to the Discord, and then you'll know when we're live. So if the FBI gives an update today about Gabby, we will go live. If the FBI gives an update today about summer, we will definitely go live. So either way, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.